of a retro culture. Another example of an OTT platform where they use the retro narrative, a story from the past, a stylization of the past, but spoken and narrated in the form which is as a reference to the present. And it's one of the most popular shows over there. So if you're a storyteller, if you're a brand, it's an immensely strong trend which can give you that part of what is currently connecting. At the same point of time, it has the force. So it's like if you look at physics, like it's a force is equal to mass into acceleration. Right? So if you look at whether the trend has the mass, whether it's got that weight, and second is acceleration. Is it a fleeting acceleration or is it acceleration which is going to be there for a sustained period of time? And that's the best way to measure in your mind to look at a trend. The second is the culture club. And we talked about it. It's like the rise of regional, which I talked about earlier. But what it means is that the personal context is a great driver for creation. When you have your own context, when you are authentic, when you are genuine, then the content creation becomes easy, it becomes natural, it becomes more, I would say, people have more empathy with it, people connect with it, and that's why the reason why people say that they find the content coming from creators far more genuine than content coming from the brands and authentic, and they put more trust in it. There's an increasing sense of comfort that we're seeing in India with the rise of Bharat in our own cultural, I would say, heritage and nuances. There's no longer that feeling of embarrassment about where one is coming from, where one's rituals are, whether it's about food, it's about music, it's about dress, it's about the lingo. And that is what is driving this trend in various shapes and forms. Whether it's about a particular music coming from, I would say, a region, or whether it's a particular trend coming from a region, which itself is a subset of this particular trend. We are seeing that across us. If you look at the content that we are watching and some of the very popular shows, each of these are taking that sense of pride and comfort in where they're coming from. The food, the local recipes, and talking about it, the local lingo, and that's being talked about it. There's a huge opportunity again from a storyteller or brand point of view that how can you support those creators who are representing that, how can you support those themes which truly reflect what you say the local culture or the regional culture and build your narrative around it. And the last trend which I want to talk about is mix it up. So it is specifically for a group of people or the audience whom we all use the word to call digital natives, who have grown with a device, mobile device as an organic extension of their hand. Right? And their language of expression, communication, and creation is very different. Their ability and ease of consuming content and creating content is in a language which is not the language which was there with the generation 10 years back. And what is further accelerating it now is, of course, we all have heard AI and generative AI, and the impact that is unleashing in the storytelling, in the content creation, using that power for this generation. And therefore, again, from a storytelling point of view, from a brand point of view, this is something here to stay. It's got a mass, it's got an acceleration. How do you then combine together to find the sweet spot for you to build the narrative? To sum it up, what are the key takeaways? If you look at the audience, as I mentioned, it's becoming truly platform agnostic in the way they are consuming content, in the way they're discovering content, and the way that they're engaging with content, and digital is playing a significant role in driving that. Bharat, and when I say Bharat, again, look at tier 2, tier 3 towns, is where the next 100 million creators will come from. These are the towns which will have the huge amount of content supply, or these creators coming from there will have a huge amount of content supply, extremely rich and diverse new sensibilities coming in. How can we leverage that? Regional, I've mentioned it a couple of times, can't stress it more enough. If you're a brand, if you want to connect with the audience at large, it will be at your peril not to recognize the power that the regional creators have. Music, more than 60% of reels or short form video format, in cases close to 70%, is built on music. is using music in some form or the other. And music is getting reimagined on Reels. So when we look at music and if you want to leverage it, think of it not in its pure sense as it is. The examples I gave about earlier, and there are more opportunities for innovation and creation to be done over there. Media entertainment industry is already doing it, but look at this format, look at Reels, not only as a part of a marketing tool, but as a part of your entire content ecosystem and psyche, because it is playing roles at different parts over there. And finally, trends. Extremely strong way to build cultural zeitgeist, but tread with caution. Figure out which part of the spectrum that we want to leverage and build trends on. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful.